My daycare is like family, and I tell every girl, once you get enrolled into my program, you're like family. And we look out for family, we look out for each other, and I love it. I tell the daycare kids it's like a home away from home. Yeah, it's very family oriented for me. Well, my name is Chantel. Colette Henderson is my government name. I was born in Sardis, Mississippi. Then my grandkids from out there. Well, I was raised by my grandmother, and she had a lot of strict rules. Like naturally, when I was growing up, I thought Mama was wrong for putting her foot on our neck and whipping us, or whipping us with whatever they could find. Just whoop us with. I thought it was abuse. Like us to fight, especially with family. She liked us to get along with each other, treat people right, you know, invite people come from out of town, you know, give them a place to stay or some good food to eat. Always was cooking. Always had something sweet every day of the week. But, you know, now that I'm 56 years old, I appreciate all that. Made me a better woman. Make me understand and value things a whole lot more now.
My name is Larry. I've been working for Chantel for 10 years.
Sharon. I've been knowing Boss Lady a little over 30 years.
We met. We supposed to be watching movies together. We started dating, and she kept me on as an employee, and I've been with her ever since.
She first opened her daycare. I happened to be here. We were working at a nursing home, and she came. She said, "I'm gonna open up me a daycare." I said, "Girl, you ain't gonna open up no daycare." She said, "Yes, I am." She come to work one day and she had a whole bunch of flyers. I'm like, "What's that?" "This for my daycare." "Your daycare? You actually open up a daycare?" "Yes, I did."
And I was a hustler, you know, and I didn't keep working for the white man. So I wanted to step out and do something different. My first job was working at this place that make lawnmower tops and everything. And my auntie, I wanted some extra money, and I lied to her. And I asked her, could she please say I was 15 so I could get a job after school. And that's what she did. And I got a job after school, and every time I just been willing to work every day. I've been working since I was 13 years old. Got my work ethic from my daddy, 10 brothers, my mom and my mom's 7 brothers. You know, I was a drug addict 36 years ago, and I lost custody of my kids. So I moved to Chicago to make a better life for myself. And I was around some real interesting people, and they was like, you work so good, maybe why don't you do something for yourself? You know, they had this daycare class out, and I just started taking daycare because I miss my children. I mean, you got to be an inhuman person to have children and don't miss them. So I decided to become a daycare provider and help all the kids because I didn't have my kids. Like, I love to cook homemade food for them. I love for them to get up and have breakfast in the morning and wash their face and brush their teeth and put on good clothes, you know. So by me not being able to raise my kids, I've invested in trying to help other people with their kids, other young girls with their, you know, with their kids and stuff. So I turned my negative into a positive, and 30 years later, I'm still providing daycare for kids. Matter of fact, some of my older daycare clients are coming over, and one of them is enrolling her baby into the daycare. So, you know, it's a touchy story for me to, you know, bring up 30 years ago. I feel like I really accomplished something because, you know, being on drugs and having my kids taken away from me, you know, and a couple of ex-husbands that wasn't no good, I just didn't think that I was doing anything worthwhile until I started realizing, wow, you've been taking care of kids for 30 years. I have other kids coming back that's grown and they got kids. It really hasn't set in yet. It's just like, you know, I keep going, I keep going, I keep going. It haven't registered yet.
I'm Leslie Vaughn.
My name is Nautica.
My name is Tyler.
My name is Deborah Campbell.
I brought my 3-year-old, which was 21 years ago, so I've known her for 21 years.
I've been in cahoots with Chantel since I was 5. I am now 27.
She was 3 years old, never been to a daycare, but when I met Boss Lady, I trusted her right off back. Her vibe, her aura was beautiful. She always welcomed us like family. She fed us like family. She took care of us like family. And what I mean by us is not just my 3-year-old that was here, but I had a 5-year-old in a daycare center, and after she got out of graduated from the daycare center for the summer, I brought her here.
I've known Boss Lady for many of years, over 20-something years. Son is here, and he's 18. He's in college.
I've known Boss Lady for 18 years.
She is definitely true boss lady. Always making sure all the kids are treated equally.
She's a great friend. She's a great advocate, and you know, I trust her with my life. She's a beautiful person. I love what she's done to this daycare and how she reaches out to the community and to the children. You know, it's a lot of people out here that ignore the kids. She makes sure they're well fed with a balanced meal. Not only that, they get the structure and education that they need to go forward.
Granny is very headstrong. She wants to be a leader, and she's trying to like guide all like the upbringing of like black children. She's trying to bring them up in the right way that she was raised.
She takes them on field trips. She takes them to nature museums and nature walks and does things with them. And then she actually confides in them and talks to them so they can feel safe and comfortable.
Always treated the kids like they were her own. I actually had the privilege of working with her for a little while with the kids, and she always treated them like they were her own.
My name's Demario. My name is Keelan. Lady's my granny. Boss Lady's my grandma. It was me, my brother, and 2 former daycare kids. One of the girls' name was Esses, and we went to go get ice cream in her car. It was long ago. Those 2 daycare kids stuck around like longer than any of like the daycare kids I knew, and then we always like they were just always around. Like they stayed the night and we played games, watched movies and stuff like that. So they were like kind of our siblings there.
I mean, I like hanging out with her and D-Man and them, so it's pretty chill for what it is.
Granny threw my birthday party. It was a Roblox party at Dave & Buster's. And she invited like our cousins and family, and she spent a lot of money for me for my birthday, so.
One thing that really meant a lot, and I'm sure it meant a lot to the kids too, was that she ain't feed them no crappy food. She fed good food. Whatever she made for her and her husband, she made for these kids. And they ate good. They ate good 4-course meals, greens, macaroni, cheese, ham, turkey, whatever. She always fed them real good.
My daycare is like family, and I tell every girl, once you get enrolled into my program, you're like family. And we look out for family. We look out for each other, and I love it. I had plenty opportunity to have a daycare center. You know, I could have centers and centers and centers. Where I don't want daycare centers. I wanted home base, you know, where I can watch them sleep. I can cook for them. I personally know what's going on with them every day. I just don't let hired people, oh, you keep these, you keep them, you keep them. No, I personally want to know what's going on. I tell the daycare kids it's like a home away from home. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very family oriented for me.
Yeah. Go.
Hey, my name is Shakara, and I've been knowing Boss Lady for 2 years.
Hi, my name is LaQuisha Porter. I met Boss Lady a year ago, maybe two years ago.
I love it. My kids love it.
I have 2 kids here. What I love about the daycare is it's like them being at home, basically. But they learn, they play.
The best part is them coming here so I can go to work Because I don't be having no babysitters or nothing like that. I don't trust nobody with my kids. I had met her through a friend, and ever since then, I love it. I've been loving coming here and bringing my kids up.
Just a real person. And she loves all the kids. She loves all the parents. And she real cool.
Monday at 10 o'clock is this. Tuesday at 10 o'clock is this. Wednesday at 10 o'clock, Thursday, Friday, so on. You got to keep them on a schedule. And if they do the same thing over and over again every day, then they will get it. You have to sit down and talk to kids hands-on, touching. That's how you teach kids stuff. You got to be in their face. You got to talk to them every day and constantly. Don't change and switch the routine. You got to get in the same routine every day, every day, every day.
My name is Sade Alexander.
My name is Kelly Pulliam.
My name is Derwin Kennedy.
My name is Barbara Mitchell, and I've been knowing Chantel for almost 30 years.
I've been here at Yes We Can Learning Academy for 4 years.
I've known Boss Lady probably 20, 25 years.
I'm a teacher and I'm also a parent here as well. So I actually love the daycare. I love the versatile things that Boss Lady does with the kids, as far as taking them to the zoo, wanting them to go swimming, learning new things, and keeping them active, because that's what helps.
She's really great because, you know, nowadays interacting with kids is not like it was per se when I was a kid, or even maybe when you were a kid. Kids are different and parents are different. So for her to be able to evolve and be able to work with kids then as well as maybe their kids now, that's a wonderful accomplishment.
Boss Lady cool. She did everything. In the school, great.
President, no. I mean, one of the best. One of the best.
We were out and she ran into a kid that the kid had been here. And now the kid is an adult working and everything. And she knew Boss Lady and she was so excited to see Boss Lady, and she ran up and she hugged her and was almost in tears. And I think that's a great thing to say about somebody who's been in business, that when somebody that's now an adult that you had as a kid comes and they see you and they get excited to see you, I think that's a wonderful thing to say about a person's character.
The loving and the caring that they receive, just like if they was at their regular grandma's house. I also enjoy my time here as well with the kids, because it's just beautiful to see them as they get older and to know, like, oh wow, I taught him taught her when they were 4 or 5, and to see them when they graduating from 8th grade and college, and it's just, you know, a blessing.
I would recommend my friends to send their kids over to Yes We Can, because I think Yes We Can is a great establishment.
I just have a heart for giving. You know, it doesn't take much to give. You know, that's all I can say. I have a passionate. If I can help you out any way or fashion to make stuff go a little bit easy for you, then that's who I am. I just like to help people, that's all. A couple of years ago, it was 3 boys and a girl. It's just like what I had, and their mother was on drugs and she was in the process of getting her kids taken away. And I stepped in and told them that I would keep them for a week until the father in Milwaukee came and picked them back up. It brought back some real bad memories of when I was on drugs with my kids. The situation was kind of different. Sometimes I find myself getting kind of emotional, you know, because of the parents. They can't take care of their kids. They can't provide for their kids. But I do for them extra too. I just don't do the basic. You know, if I see some of my young girls really want something out of life and really need some help, I help them. And then I get my other friends involved and have them help them as well. But if I'm gonna go out of my way to help you like that, you have to want help. I'm just not gonna help you. Because I think the reason why I'm successful today is because I wanted help from people. I think a lot of daycare centers and providers doesn't care for the kid like they did when I started. When I started doing daycare, people love kids. You were my best friend. Her mama used to keep my kids before I got into daycare. That's because she loved kids. She was good to her own kids. You know, now people, they just want the money. Their heart's not in it for the kids. You know, I noticed they feed the kids anything. Cook them stuff that they like. Everything is not a slice of bread and a piece of bologna and 3 peaches. You get the hugs and you get the love. You get the comfort food. Fried pork chops and smothered chicken and rice and gravy. Then I go out to Sharon's house and get some of her leftovers, turkey, greens, and macaroni and cheese. You know, kids want some good food.
This is the end.
That you can do whatever you want to do. And you can be whatever you want to be. You just got to keep your mind focused. That's it. And don't give up.
Chantel, thank you for everything. Teaching us, it was like a home away from home.
I was a struggling single mother. She helped me out in any way I can. And I'm glad to still, that she's still around. I'm glad that 30 years later that her business is still growing. I'm glad that 21 years later that I can still hug her and say, hey girl, and we can still catch up even if we don't talk every day. But when we could not see each other for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, but when we see each other, it's like we last seen each other last night. I love her and I will always be here to support her in anything that she do, as she's always done me and my girls.
If you ever need a friend, a real friend, Chantel would be that person. There has been kids that come in who has nothing. Their parents working, but they don't have a lot. Chantel would get up, take the little money that she did have at the time, and she made sure those kids was taken care of by any means necessary. I've seen her go without to make sure these kids had what they needed. I lost 2 boys and my mom. She made sure that I was comfortable. She made sure I had a shoulder to lay on. She was there.
I'll say I look forward to 20 more years with Yes We Can. Just continue being you. I love everything that you've done and always do for us, and how you go out your way with everything.
From the deepest part of my heart, she's a sweetheart. I'm proud of everything she has accomplished. She's flourishing. She's going to the next level and building daycares and everything that she's doing. She'll give you the clothes off her back. She's always looking out for someone. I could not have had a better friend. I love her with my heart. I entrust her with my children, because when you find a great daycare and a great person behind it with that leadership that takes care of business and handle things, and your kids, you trust your kids to be safe with them. That is who she is. And I wouldn't have it no other way. I put my kid in her care. He's 18 now, and I'm still around. I'm going to help her. She's going to soar. This is going to be a bigger foundation than what it is right now because of the love that she has. That's what a lot of us need. We're looking for family to take care of family. It takes a community, and she's part of that community that soars and brings out the best in a lot of us.
Sometimes when you grow up and be around safe people, they tell you you can't do this and you're not going to do this, or when you grow up, you're not going to be there. And I just like, yes, we can. Just like the scripture said, we can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens us.
Just being involved, being loved, and just being safe, taken care of. When my parents was working hard, boss lady stepped in, took me in, and she worked with me. It was like I said, it started off rough. I was a bad kid, but it worked out pretty well. Just thank you for the blessings of staying with me, still being in my life, and able to keep me around and just help me grow up to be the wonderful young man that I'm trying to become and became since then.